and welcome to the Simplicity Lifestyle channel. My name is Psyche, and today Michael Jackson is receiving an award from Elizabeth Taylor and Eddie Murphy. This happened in 1989. So without much further ado, let's get straight in with the Psyche titles and let's get watching MJ receive his award. Oh, I think this is going to be good.
Is named for the man who has long been universally recognized as the greatest all-around entertainer in the entire world. It's being presented for the first time this year and will be awarded annually at the Soul Train Music Awards to the artists whose live concert performances have made the greatest impact upon public audiences during the previous year. Even those of you who know Sammy Davis Jr. personally, you could not imagine how delighted he was when informed that an annual award would be established here in his honor and in his name. Though he could not be here in person, he was gracious enough to send us his personal congratulations from Norway. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, the best, Mr. Sammy Davis Jr.
Thank you, dear. You know, since my childhood, I've heard every superlative used to describe my own personal ability on stage. But the standards we were able to set back in the old days have been somewhat redefined by a young man by the name of Michael Jackson. Wow. And I am personally delighted over his selection as the first recipient of this award. As you know, he has just finished doing probably the most exciting and the most successful concert tour in modern musical history. Michael Jackson, to me, is simply one of the most amazing entertainers I have ever seen in my life. And in 60 years in show business, I've seen quite a few. I'm one of his biggest fans, and I love him dearly as a friend. And Michael, I personally would like to say something to you. I regret being unable to be with you on this occasion, but as you know, as I'm talking to you now on tape, at this very moment, I'm in Oslo, Norway, but I'm honored to have you accept this award. And I'll certainly have a handshake and a big hug for you as soon as we get back together again. In my absence, however, we've invited a mutual friend and a brilliant young talent in his own right who will make the presentation of the first Sammy Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eddie Murphy.
As most people know by now, Michael Jackson over the past year appeared before more people and toured more countries of the world than any other artist. The Michael Jackson World Tour went to 15 countries in all and grossed more than $121 million and was seen upwards of 4 million fans. For another perspective on Michael Jackson's phenomenal career, I'd like to introduce you to one of Michael's closest friends and a wonderful actress whom I've admired for quite some time now, Miss Elizabeth Taylor.
Thank you, Eddie. I'd like to say a few words about a wonderful human being who is also one of my dearest friends. I would adore Michael Jackson whether he was the world's biggest, greatest star or not. But it so happens that he is the greatest and perhaps one of the most gifted music makers the world has ever known. What makes Michael even more unique may be the fact that all of his accomplishments, his rewards, have not altered his sensitivity and concern for the welfare of others or his intense caring and love for his family and friends and his fans, and especially all the children all the world over. Michael Jackson is indeed an international favorite for all ages, an incredible force of incredible energy. The art of music, a pace setter for quality of production, a vanguard for high standards of entertainment. What is a genius? What is a living legend? What is a megastar? Michael Jackson, that's all. And just when you think you know him, he gives you more.
Just show your face, round here. I'm telling you, gonna go out here, gonna hurt your mind. Don't you jump on, jump on, get on I'm feeling you, on out here, just show yourself, on there. I'm telling you, just watch your mouth. I know what you're about. When they say it's time to live, and to me it's really true. But my friend, you have seen nothing. There's no way to argue because I'm bad, jump on. You know I'm bad, you know it. You know I'm bad, jump on. You know
Who's bad?
He's fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's good and bad.
Probably the best concert I have ever seen.
Michael Jackson rules, man. Michael Jackson is the best singer, dancer there ever was. We love Michael Jackson. I will go anywhere to see Michael Jackson if I have to. Anywhere.
hold on, baby. Hold on, mama.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1989 Heritage Award and Sammy Davis Jr. Award recipient, and in my estimation, the true king of pop, rock, and soul, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elizabeth Taylor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie Murphy. First of all, I'd like to...
This is yours, too.
Oh.
I'll hold it.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank God who makes all things possible. I'd like to thank my mother and father, who I love very much, Joseph and Catherine Jackson. I thank Quincy Jones, who's in the audience. I don't see him. He's somewhere.
He was right there.
He was right there, but thank you, Quincy. I thank Bill Bray, John Branca, the Epic family, Walter Yetnikoff, and Larry Stesso and Glenn Brunman. I love you. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I thought that was great. And I hope that you watched all of it, because we shouldn't really just spin to the Michael Jackson bit. Sometimes it's really good to appreciate how it leads up to, you know, the main event. So if you did spin through, please go back and just watch it from the beginning. And I think it's nice to sort of see, you know, artists like Elizabeth Taylor, because some people who are born now never knew about her, or, you know, didn't know she existed, or did know she existed, and it's nice to see her again. So there's lots of little things we can learn along the way. There was a young Eddie Murphy there. He was almost at the top of his game there. He was hot. And it's just so nice to see where he was when he was up there. He's still up there now, but this was, you know, when he first sort of broke out and he became really, really massive. He did Beverly Hills Cop. And incidentally, that role, from what I hear, was actually offered to Sylvester Stallone, but he turned it down. So thank God for that, in a way, because otherwise, you know, it might have taken Eddie a bit longer, but he still would have got there anyway, because he's just full of talent and just a wonderful, wonderful human being anyway. But yes, didn't Michael Jackson look gorgeous? Wow. And he, you know, I just love the way he talks. He's just so gentle, isn't he? He just, you know, when you hear all these things and so on and so forth, I look at him and I really study him. And he's so consistent with his delivery and the way he is. Constantly consistent. And when he speaks, he is always so softly spoken, so gentle, and you wouldn't hurt a fly. You know, he's just so beautiful. He's just so beautiful. The way he speaks, it's so soft and so gentle, and it's not a put on. That's him, because the whole Jackson family actually are very, very demure in their delivery of things, aren't they? They're not aggressive people. They don't talk in aggressive tones at all. you know. It's like Janet, when she talks, she's just so beautiful. And, you know, when they start off, or when somebody talks to you like that, it kind of disarms you, and it just makes you feel very calm. And that's what I liked about Michael when he came on the stage. I mean, he sort of had his banter with Elizabeth Taylor and Eddie Murphy. But he's just so gentle, and he just took it, and he even said sorry, you know. I thought, oh, I want to hug you. And he looked great too, didn't he? Absolutely fantastic. And I think Elizabeth Taylor said it best with everything she said about him. You know, he loves his family, he loves his friends, he loves his fans, he loves all the children around the world. He wants to highlight, you know, problems and make the world a better place. You know, everything he did was for the love of mankind and animals and stuff, you know, anything on planet Earth, basically. And he deserved that award. So I hope you liked watching it, because when I tripped on it, I thought I really like this, and I hope my subscribers like it too. Because it's nice to see all the performances and stuff, but it's also nice to sort of see injection from other people about what they think about Michael Jackson, and just to hear him speak sometimes rather than sing. So I hope you like that. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm done. So I hope you will subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Bing, 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 bing. It doesn't work all the time, but still hit it. Please share, and please thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I really do love what I'm doing. It's great. And, you know, talking to all of you all the time is really wonderful. So thank you. So on that note, make sure you keep safe. Have a wonderful day, week, month, year. But I do hope to see you again in a couple of days' time. And even if it's not your genre of music, please support it, because you want people to support what you're watching too. That's kind. Thank you. Take care now. Bye.